Downtown Phoenix, Arizona, here at Chase Field. There is a buzz about the ballpark because the good friends from the Midwest have come to town. We'll explain in just a moment when we show you Kosuke Fukudome. Well, these Cubs are leading off better than anybody in baseball, red hot, and that man is a big part of the reason why. Chris Young, a couple of homers in the series against the Philadelphia Phillies, certainly rolling, trying to get that average rising as well as the Cubs and the Diamondbacks go toe-to-toe, and they do so during our APS Green Series. Our good friends and partners with APS bring you the Chicago Cubs and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. This is Mark Grace on his racing bobblehead night, by the way. We'll talk about that throughout the evening. My name is Darren Sutton, pulling again for a Gracie loss in the race.
Oh, I'm
certainly.
sure you are.
Let's talk shortstops, because this is a fun matchup of two shortstops. They couldn't be more different. Stephen Drew's been around since 2006. He's getting older in this game and very successful. Starlin Castro's only 21 years old, and in the meantime, these two are right there with Troy Tulowitzki, better than Jose Reyes, best all-around offensive shortstops in the National League.
Well, Stephen Drew now, after a few years, he is certainly in the conversation anytime you bring up great shortstops, and he's hitting the ball very well this year without the long ball. That's what I like to see. He's driving in big runs. He's hitting doubles. We know he can hit triples, but he's doing it without the home run. That's not something we saw from this Diamondback club last year. They had to score with home runs. Starlin Castro, on the other hand, he's a bit of an anomaly. He doesn't walk. He doesn't strike out. All he does is just hit. Whether it's a ball or a strike, he's swinging at it, and he's usually hitting it in a gap somewhere.
Starlin Castro just on the attack, one pitch after another. Last couple of games, Starlin has been quieted down. Should be fun to see him hitting this ballpark. It's been freezing in Chicago. They have not had a good day yet. They're excited to see the sunshine. Heck, your old manager, Bob Brantley, said the best part about this trip, he gets to see the sunshine. Let's hope Barry Enright can see the light of day, because he has scuffled for the Diamondbacks. Now, this isn't just this year. Had an ERA of over 6 in spring training, and then going back to last year, when you take it back to September 1st, it has been a struggle. Now you get to the point where, if you're Enright, I would imagine, you find yourself concerned about your spot in the rotation.
I don't think there's any question, Darren. And what has happened is he's starting to face teams now for the second time. It's the old second time around syndrome. And what's happened is offenses are starting to adjust to Barry Enright. He has not adjusted back. What he needs to do is find a way to adjust back. What got him success early in his career, well, might not do it now because the other teams are starting to adjust. These guys are Major League Baseball players, so now he might have to go to Plan B. Well, we haven't seen Plan B yet. It needs to start tonight if he wants to stay a Major League pitcher.
Micah Owings is pitching well in AAA. Cole Mentor, a starting pitcher in AAA, is up out of the bullpen. There are options. Hopefully Enright can seize that spot and do so tonight. When we come back, one of Gracie's favorite subjects, not racing Gracie's, changing diapers. Oh, I know he loves talking about that. That ought to be a lot of fun.
No.
Guess who gets to tackle that subject? Mark McClune.
Roberts as we start game one of the APS Green Series. The Chicago Cubs in town to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And welcome to the field. Mark McClune with you. In case you haven't noticed, there's been a bit of a baby boom in the Diamondbacks clubhouse. 5 babies have been born since spring training started. At least 4 more that we know of are on the way. And just because they're big leaguers, don't think that the Diamondbacks are above doing the daddy duty, the dirty diapers. New dad JJ Puts for the 4th time with some sound advice for new dad Ian Kennedy for the first time. It's our Geico quote of the game.
I think the key is not to get it on your hands, because if you get it on your hands, it's just never good. You'll probably fall asleep because you're tired and you wake up with not really sure what's going on around you. So I would say the biggest thing is just try to keep it. I'm a big wiper. I use more wipes probably than anybody. I just want to make sure it's clean.
We keep it real here on Fox Sports Arizona. Coming up, Diamondbacks and the Cubs. But we have another high-scoring affair like we did in Chicago just a little bit earlier this season. Stay tuned. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call, and it's next.
In the diamond, the 25-year-old right-hander, Stockton, born and raised in California, pitched at Pepperdine. His 5th start of the season. Mike Quaddy. His club had a tough homestand. They were 3-5. They were frozen out a couple of times with rain. Just been nice to see the sunshine. The man with more than 1,200 victories in the minor leagues. When he pencils in that top spot in the order, he pencils in a winner. This top spot for these Chicago Cubs, the best spot of any spot in any lineup in the National League. It's a 485 spot, the batting first spot for the Cubs. We are underway. Kosuke Fukudome takes strike one. Fukudome, he's below the leadoff team average. He's only hitting 458 with an on-base of 552 this year. As he takes away 1-1 the count. We're glad you're with us tonight. Glad to have the Cubs in town. Now, this is a 4-game series, so a lot of fun to be had. Enright rocks and fires and hanging around as Fukudome now with a 1-2 count. The numbers for Barry Enright, brought to you by our Arizona Ford dealer. I think the thing that concerns you more than anything, even going back to last September, the long ball.
The long ball. He's a fly ball pitcher. Most of his, and not much of a strikeout pitcher as well, so most of his outs are in the air.
Pitch misses outside. 2-2 the count. Fukudome awaits a breaking ball. Got him looking over the outside corner.
Well, he just became a strikeout pitcher right there. He caught Kosuke Fukudome looking at a curveball right on the outside corner. Beautifully done.
And when you talk about the struggles for Enright, he exploded onto the scene. It was fun to watch. An ERA of 2.45, and it's been a battle for him ever since. The last 9 starts, the ERA, the opponent's batting average, and those are the long balls. That's in under 50 innings, unfortunately for Barry. The 17 homers coming in fewer than 50 innings. But working down there, he'll be just fine. And commanding his breaking ball like he did a moment ago is a good start.
Well, he got off to a good start with Fukudome, and now to Castro by throwing strike one. The first pitch fastball for strike one. That's always a way for success.
Pitch is low with a sinking fastball. 1-1 the count. The Diamondbacks, 26 runs allowed in the first inning this year. 26, that's the highest total in all of the National League. 26 runs. Matter of fact, that's the highest, I believe, in Major League Baseball. Hot shot, base hit left field. Starlin Castro. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Jeff Baker, the home run maker, is next. Aramis Ramirez. Carlos Pena, he's not a home run maker for quite some time. Marlon Byrd, Tyler Colvin, have no idea how he's hitting 128. We'll find out. Coy Hill, former Diamondback, and Ryan Dempster.
There was some stinky batting averages on that lineup.
It's been about 40 degrees every day when they've been playing home games.
That's difficult, boy.
You've lived it. You know.
It's hard to hit in April and May in Chicago.
Out front of a breaking ball to Jeff Baker. Not only are the Diamondbacks battling the first inning woes with their pitching staff, the Cubs have joined them. Just has been, for both staffs, tough to start out ball games. 0-1 the count. Baker, red hot. Very close, going in, standing up, Castro.
Well, Russell Brandon had a long look at Brian Gorman. Oh, he's so out.
Clearly.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious, did the Cubs get a break there.
1-1 the count. Popped him right there on the leg. Brian Gorman didn't see it that way.
He's the crew chief. And see right there, Russell Brandon, he's got to sell that. Right there. Start throwing it around. And then once he calls him safe, maybe argue a little bit.
It's a good move by Enright. That would have helped him clean things up a bit. 9 runs batted in for Baker. An on base of 422 this year. Now, keeping an eye on Castro, who's got 4 stolen bases, has not been thrown out. And Enright has allowed just 1 this year with a lot of base runners. Could be 2. Safe. Back in there. Defensively, the Diamondbacks as they go to work behind Barry Enright. David Robleski and Associates, as always, sponsor the D. It's Parra, Young, Upton, outfield. Mora, Drew, Johnson. Who's on first? Well, it's Russell Brandon today, the trio that continues to revolve over there. Miguel Montero is behind home plate. Melvin Mora back out there having his opportunity, and Russell Brandon thrilled to get a chance to play. Brandon amongst all of his first base peers, and they're all about the same now with time they've seen, as the guy who is putting up the better slugging percentage, doing more damage with the bat. We know Juan Miranda Diggs playing as well. Aramis Ramirez, 325, a homer with 9 batted in.
Very strange to see Aramis Ramirez with only 1 homer.
Pitches away to the veteran Ramirez.
Cub fans love him. They rarely go to the refrigerator when this man steps into the box.
Well, my guess is with one homer, they can go ahead and get themselves a cold one, slice of pizza.
Oh, come on now.
2-0 the count, a hitter's count. He's in the middle of a 6-game hitting streak. As that breaking ball is up and in. Breaking balls that wouldn't get there from Enright.
Now just remember, this inning should be over. There was a pickoff that wasn't.
We have the benefit of the Foxmo slow replay. 3-1 the count. Ramirez was on his way to first.
Yeah, we do have the benefit of that slow-mo, but he was out by 8 feet in fast-mo.
His 6-game streak, 7 hits during that time, hitting a little bit over 300 as he takes a big swing and fouls it off.
After a fastball away for strike one, he ran one in on the hands, and Ramirez was tardy on that one.
Just the third Cubs third baseman in the franchise's history to drive in more than 100 in a season. Andy Pafko and our good friend, we miss him every day, Ron Santo. Not the same without Ronnie coming in here with these Cubs.
You're exactly right.
LA resident in the offseason.
We miss him dearly.
Big swing again on a breaking ball.
Boy, Enright hung that one right in the middle of the plate. He was fortunate. Ramirez was over swinging on that one. I mean, this one is just center cut. Yikes. They're not mistakes when you get away with them.
Castro's single. Here you see the career numbers. He's gotten him in his book once. Otherwise, Enright has done well. Goes down and gets that pitch. Good sinking fastball below the knees. These Cubs, again, a 3-5 homestand with a couple of weather cancellations. Haven't seen the sun much in the Midwest. I'm sure a lot of you watching have relatives in the Midwest. It just has not been favorable.
Brutal. Just vicious weather. And in the South, too, anybody that has family back there, dangerous.
High fly ball sends Young back. And Ramirez, as he races, doesn't touch first as that one is hauled in. Barry Enright a clean first. That's a good thing for the Diamondbacks. River Casinos, play slots with your Players Club card. You can win up to $20,000 instantly. Jack in the Box. You'll love the new Bourbon Barbecue Steak Grilled Sandwich at participating restaurants. I promise. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats. No blackout dates. We trust your day has been a good one. Thanks for spending part of your evening with us. Mark Grace here in Sutton. Chris Young to lead it off. against Ryan Dempster. Uncharacteristically, Dempster going to work with an ERA over 7. Young, followed by Kelly Johnson, Justin Upton. Right away, on the move. Kicks away so he can think about 3, but throws out an anchor. He is in scoring position. And a double for Chris Young. Held right there at second. Matt Williams is back and healthy, coaching third. Good things going on there.
Fastball running in. Chris Young just turns it right around, down the left field line. That's got to be disheartening for a pitcher when the very first pitch you throw of the evening gets squashed down the line for a leadoff double. Good to have Matt Williams back, but I want to make sure kudos to Glenn Sherlock and what a great job he did in Matt Williams' absence.
Williams returning from a broken foot he suffered during spring training. Glenn Sherlock did a fine job, yeoman's effort. We'll see Glenn again when he pops his head out in the bullpen. He is down with his relievers inside the bullpen room now. Good to have Matt back too. Kind of a win-win there. I mean, you
doggone right.
See one of your most loyal, long-serving coaches has been here since the beginning in Sherlock. 2-0 the count, Kelly Johnson. Now, we've been told from Dempster, you will see more fastballs. That means sinking fastballs. He has leaned on the breaking ball a lot. He has been advised he's been leaning on it too much. And that's one of the reasons he has struggled. As that one sails away, he has thrown 3 fastballs to Kelly. They've all been out. We're just not used to seeing this. This is a guy with the career 4.5 or better ERA. 7.63. A lot of homers, 8 homers. Ties him for the National League lead. All 4. So a tough start for Dempster. Good for Arizona. The first inning woes continue for the Cubs now.
Yeah, strangely, it almost looked like Dempster was pitching around Kelly Johnson in that situation. Maybe to try to set up a double play ball here. Or maybe he just feels like he had success off of Justin Upton in Chicago. So he's going to try his luck, but nowhere near the strike zone with those 4 pitches.
Southwest Airlines, Drew, Montero, Mora, Branyan, Parra, Enright behind Upton. And here is Justin with a couple of base runners on. There's a breaking ball, 0-1 the count.
Over aggressive there from Justin. He's the one in trouble. All the pressure's on the pitcher right now. You have to make him throw a strike.
4 home runs, 12 batted in. Justin has scored 17 runs this year. High fly, deep left field. That one is foul. Scorched down the line, scorched into that second deck, but a long, long strike.
Justin thinks it might be fair, but no argument at all from Matt Williams. There's the swing. And he thinks he's got it. And it was a good call by Tony Randazzo, the third base umpire. It was about a foot foul.
You youngsters at home, if you're watching, you'd see that ball disappear behind the pole if it was fair. For a moment anyway, as he tries to get him to chase high. 1-2 the count, Upton. Justin 11 walks this year, 20 strikeouts. Fewer strikeouts than mates Chris Young and Kelly Johnson, who have 23 and 29 respectively. Pitch is low.
Yikes, but you got it. Nicely done, young lady.
Again, one of those spots where you're probably not expecting a baseball. Way up there.
Far away from home plate.
There's good news, though, if you get one up there. I'll tell you in a moment. 2-2 the count. The good news is if you do get one up there, you can go get more food after you get it. Because it's the all-you-can-eat seats.
The all-you-can-eat seats. Kind of wish we were up there, Darren.
Well, I've been asking you to do a game up there for a long time. You keep selling me on that Kachinko kiosk.
That's true.
The 2-2.
Oh, that one got him. That one got him.
Boy, nothing more frustrating. You get a long strike. You have a hitter that you have owned. He is 2 for 15 in his career against Dempster. Then you hit it.
Nothing intentional there, just trying to come inside, whacks him right on the elbow. Justin's a big, strong boy. That won't hurt him too badly. But now, all of a sudden, Ryan Dempster's in a bit of a mess.
Stephen Drew, nobody out, bases loaded. Aramis Ramirez on the cut of the grass at third. There's a strike that grabs the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
Perfect fastball, knee-high outside corner to get ahead of Drew.
Sharp slugging percentage there for a shortstop. There you see Ramirez. Otherwise, they're playing Drew to pull a step or two.
Good pitch again right at the kneecaps.
Has never hit a four-bagger with the bases loaded. Drew had to deal with a couple of strike calls he did not like in that series against the Philadelphia Phillies. Oh, 0-2 the count. High fly ball. Is this the first one? Stephen Drew, a grand slam! Talking about the called strike when he got back to the dugout.
Got a little edge to him. Dan Bellino, the home plate umpire, called strike two on him. You can see the disgust in Stephen Drew's face. So go ahead and just take it out on the baseball, Stephen. A 4-run homer.
Fulton Holmes homer, another $150 to the Arizona Central Mountain Association. Rescue Association, sorry about that.
Well, what a year he is having after a tough start, being with the bad stomach, the pulled area in his stomach. But boy, he has been fabulous ever since. Good for Stephen Drew. He had been driving him in without the home run. That's only his second of the year. It's 19 RBIs, and Stephen Drew missed the first 6 games of the season.
He didn't see the Cubs at all. And another quick reminder, with that homer, Fulton Holmes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. The first inning has just been a nightmare for both these teams now, and it is really official as that one sails to the backstop. The Diamondbacks hate it, and that's why they enjoyed cleaning up their first inning. The Cubs now officially hate it too.
Boy, he's going to hate that 0-2 pitch he threw to Stephen Drew too.
Wow.
I mean,
good
just
reminder.
Center cut fastball, trying to come inside and just left it right down the middle. And Stephen Drew did what you're supposed to do with it. Put a hurting on it.
Miguel Montero is erased on a ground out. 2-1 the count to Melvin Mora. That is high.
And Coy Hill sitting on the inside corner. Watch where it goes. Oh dear, right down Broadway. And an ugly inning here for Ryan Dempster and the Cubs.
This doesn't even look like Ryan Dempster. And I know he struggled. Let's take a look defensively how the Cubs line up. I mean, nothing like him. It's brought to you by KFC. Colvin, Bird, and Fukudome. Aramis Ramirez, Starlin Castro, Jeff Baker, Carlos Pena, Coy Hill behind the plate.
Mark Riggins, the pitching coach, going to come out and have a conversation. It's kind of amazing. As you said, this doesn't look anything like Ryan Dempster. A couple of walks in this inning. A couple of hard hit balls.
Well, you were talking about it too, Gracie, missing a spot. I mean, you talked about it with the Phillies. What do you do when someone misses a spot?
I mean, that's just thigh high right down the middle on an 0-2 pitch. That's just asking for it. Well, like I said, you got to give Stephen Drew, you got to take advantage of the mistakes. this is the #1 starter in your rotation, Ryan Dempster. He was the opening day starter for the Chicago Cubs. Now, certainly Carlos Zambrano comes to mind as a guy that would be considered an ace, but this was your opening day starter for the Cubs, Ryan Dempster, and it has been a big struggle for him in April.
Breaking ball, 1-1 the count, Russell Brandon. And again, we talked about this with Mike Pelfrey when the Diamondbacks were in New York. Zambrano, guys like that, like Dempster, like Pelfrey, they have history. I mean, even last year, Dempster, 15 wins, a 3.85. Brandon lines that one foul.
How about Matt Williams coming out of the gate with a 4-bagger so far? There's only one out. Matt Williams probably saying, what, Glenn Sherlock, look how easy this is.
I have some numbers for you on that.
Okay.
Some good stats. I know you love some fresh stats.
I do love stats. Big stats guy.
Well, Matt Williams gets his first RCI. First RCI run coached into the year. And his RCI per 9 now is 36.
I'll bet you that leads baseball.
Right now, he is the best in baseball. 36 RCI per 9.
RCI, I like that.
If he keeps up at this pace, the Diamondbacks will, and I promise will, win every game the rest of the year.
Rest of the year. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I like it when you go out on a limb like that, Darren.
2-2 the count to Russell Brandon. Breaking ball. I mean, look at this. Look at the job he's doing here.
Coaching his brains out right there.
Look at that.
Look at him. What a coach. Yeah, that's some of the best coaching you'll ever see, folks.
Well, some folks who have him in their fantasy coaches league are happy right now. Back to the screen it goes. And remember now, for those of you that play fantasy coaches baseball, he was injured, so a lot of people didn't grab him early on.
They passed on him.
2-2 the count.
Fantasy coaches.
The 2-2. It misses outside. 3-2 the count. Even bad jokes are funny when you're winning and when you're hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
I just recollect that back in 2007, all of our jokes were funny. 3-2 the count.
Yeah, good baseball creates a good sense of humor.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Players, coaches. When you walk by and speak with the coaches by the batting cage before the game, they're happy. That one is high.
Boy,
that is ball 4.
Another walk. That's 3 in this inning.
And then the struggles, that's what that creates. Look at that look. I mean, if that doesn't speak 1,000 words.
Yeah, what do you do if you're Mike Quad? Yeah, you're Mike Quad. You're like, gosh, I have to show loyalty to my opening day starter, but my gosh, he's out there walking the park, giving up slams. And this is a very good pitcher, folks. Ryan Dempster is an all-star. He has been an all-star. He's one of the better ones in the game. But so far, not tonight.
In 08, Dempster 17-6, a 2.9 ERA. In 09, he won 11 games, 3.5. Last year, he won 15 games, 3.8 ERA. 200 innings every year. That's what I said earlier, Gracie, and you and I have been watching him for a long, long time. It doesn't even resemble him.
No. His body language is such that right now, well, what you'd expect from a guy that's given up 4 and only 1/3 of an inning. And that's a hard phone call to make right there. And he's missing again, 2-0.
Since the 03 season, Dempster hasn't started like this. April of 03, he had a 7 ERA and 6 starts. And he hasn't pitched well in this ballpark at all. He's got nearly a 7 career ERA in Arizona. Parra.
This has to be just what the doctor ordered for Barry Enright as well. Another pitcher has struggled this year. Diamondbacks trying to add on to a 4-run first.
Feel good about yourself if you're the starting pitcher and you're in the on-deck circle in the first inning. 1 out. It was a Montero ground out. Pitch is low. Solid take there. Trying to tempt him and get him to roll over, and a much-needed double play. Parra would have none of it.
Really good patience right there, and you can see he sees the ball very well off of Ryan Dempster.
Parra's in the middle of a 6-game hitting streak as well, and it's a good one. Not just one of those a hit per day. That is high. That is ball 4.
Boy, what do you look at the boy? A picture tells a story. Oh my goodness! Trying to stay as positive as he can. Cub fans saying, "Mike, go get him! Go get him, Mike Quaddy." Well, you can't go get him right now. You don't have anybody loose.
Well, she's giving her guy the business there.
The business.
That's a D-backs fan, and her man is a Cubs fan. Yep, good first inning, honey.
I'm just going to have a frosty cold one. Why don't you join me, honey?
Yeah, mine tastes so much better, Mr. Cubs fan. Here's Barry Enright.
And he can hit, folks. Nice slider there. He's having trouble commanding his fastball, obviously. With 4 walks here in the first inning, well, why not throw a slider? And if he throws him anything but a slider right here, he's out of his mind. He better throw another one. Let's see if he does. He did.
No balls and 2 strikes to count. To back up quickly what Gracie is saying, Enright 8 of 40 in the big leagues as Matty keeps an eye on things. That's a 200 average. But in the minor leagues, he's a .356 hitter, 21 of 59 with a homer. And he can hit. He is hitless this year, but even a fly ball would be nice. High fly to right center field. Hang up there. It's in there. Matty stops the runner at third. An RBI for Barry Enright. Stunned that one fell in there. It hung up for an awful long time. That is some awfully deep outfield play for a pitcher. That is an RBI for Enright, his first of the year.
Well,
Arizona leads at 5-0.
Marlon Byrd and Kosuke Fukudome must have thought Barry Bonds was up to the plate or something, because they must have been playing on the warning track for this ball to fall in. My goodness, Cub outfield. Ain't nobody close to it. Thank you very much, says Barry Enright. And the D-backs have officially batted around, folks, and there's still only 1 out.
It is 5-0 now as Chris Young settles in. The bases are loaded. That pitch is low. 1-0 the count. We have to remind you now that anytime Arizona scores 6 or more runs, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a large drink purchase. They are almost feeding you dinner tomorrow night in the first.
Taco time. That's the man with 4 RBIs. He's just all over the place. He cannot find the strike zone with anything, folks. Justin Bird, along with Lester Strode, the bullpen coach.
Kelly Johnson waits on deck for his second shot. Dempster continues to battle it.
There's
Breaking
a good
ball.
slider there with the bases loaded for strike 1.
Base hit left field. Here comes Brandon. They're sending him on around. The throw to the plate is not in time. Sliding in safely, Gerardo Parra.
And Matt Williams has coached in 7 runs, folks. Good third base coaching there. That's going to be it for Ryan Dempster.
Has to be.
Mike Quaddy on his way. He has watched his opening day starter give up a touchdown. Bang, into left field it goes. Gerardo Parra running hard all the way. Matt with the windmill. And he's in there safely. 7 runs. And the Cub faithful kind of giving it to Ryan Dempster a little bit.
Well, they are booing Dempster, but Diamondback fans are cheering Matt Williams. Quick update, his RCI per 9 is now 63. Fries. Like us on Facebook during today's game and receive a coupon for huge savings. Fries, fresh food, famous low prices. Porsche. Visit Porsche up north Scottsdale at scottsdale.porschedealer.com. Big night for the Diamondbacks, and the night just started. We're glad to have you with us. The shortest outing in the career of Ryan Dempster, 1/3 of an inning. And the last time he even came close to that was 2/3 of an inning back in 2001 at Atlanta. My goodness. Justin Berg takes the call from the bullpen. Back up on that shuttle that brings you from AAA. We've seen him as a Cub several times in his career, on for the 3rd time.
Sinker baller. He's going to have to clean up a mighty big mess, unfortunately, left by Ryan Dempster. I didn't see that coming. Did you? I don't think anybody could have seen that from Ryan Dempster. He's just too good a pitcher.
In watching pitchers like Dempster, I had in my frame of mind what Mike Pelfrey did. A guy with a nice career who has done good things, who had a good season last year, and who pitched well last Friday night against Arizona because he's just not that bad.
Exactly.
That's simply why. I kind of felt the same thing was coming from Dempster. That pitch is low. 1-1 the count to Kelly Johnson. Johnson walked and scored in the 1st inning. Well, you described it appropriately, I think. The toughest call, the toughest walk for a manager to make. It didn't work. Mikey, good sign up there. Mike Haggard.
Mikey bringing it.
That glove twitch. Well, he had to make it past.
We didn't see it very long. Mikey's the best.
2-1 the count. Right back at Berg. My goodness, that hit it.
Oh, boy, that's just what the Cubs don't need now. Is a pitcher going to have to leave the game because he just got smoked by a vicious line drive off the bat of Kelly Johnson. Boy, who knows where that got him. Looks like it got him on the inside of the left leg. Let's take a look-see. Oh, ouch.
Just did.
Oh, my goodness. Watch his left leg. You don't want to rub it. You don't want to let It's like anything else. Pitcher never wants to let a hitter know that he hurt him, just like a hitter never wants to let a pitcher know he hurt him with a hit by pitch. You don't rub it. There's that crazy thing called manhood that you're trying to protect. And right now, he is showing me a lot of manhood by staying in there. I'm fine, Skipper. He's going to continue.
So the Wisconsin-born right-hander of Antigua, Wisconsin, will go back to work. Very, very scary moment there. Pitched a little bit last year out of the bullpen with the Cubs. And he sat down there in that bullpen. He watched while the veteran and the ace was dismantled. He knows how he can help his team better than anyone, and that's just eat innings. Justin Upton. Runners move up, by the way, 90 feet each of them. Broke his bat. The play is made. A huge inning for Justin Upton. Don't be upset, Justin. Your team just got 7 runs. It was a big inning, thanks to your teammate, Stephen Drew. A grand slam for Drew. No need to slam helmets. It's a good thing. Chicago Cubs, a good start for these Diamondbacks. FoxSportsArizona.com has it all. Your exclusive coverage of the D-backs, highlight stories, and more. ASU baseball streaming live this weekend as they take on Stanford. And, of course, Craig Morgan has coverage of the NFL Draft. Make sure you make FoxSportsArizona.com your online home. And speaking of the NFL Draft,
Cardinals got a good one.
And so we want you to text us to 36929. Gracie already was privy to the text poll, and he has texted in 331 times. He's texted A.
Big league.
If you don't like it, text B. And Gracie will come to your home. Here's Carlos Pena.
Well, since I went to work with a lot of people yesterday, might as well come to their homes.
Sounds fair to me. Big shift for Carlos Pena. As he takes a pitch that misses away from Barry Enright. Enright with a touchdown, speaking of football, to work with. Since late July last summer, specifically July the 30th, Pena's only homered 5 times in 64 games. And that's a slugging percentage of .267. So it's been a tough go. That includes, obviously, time in Tampa as a Ray. He hasn't homered this year, hitting just .169. Two and one the count. Now don't forget, with the 7 runs. It's taco time. You folks at home can head on out tomorrow between 4 and 6. Get your 3 free tacos. Pick your sauce, whatever flavor you prefer. All good stuff right there behind the dish. Beaten with a fastball. A good for Enright, just coming right down Broadway. Got a 7-0 lead. Fall behind. Here's a strike. That's well done. Our good friend Mikey Haggerty up in the upper deck will be proud of that effort. Both of you guys are proving that despite spending thousands and millions on graphics on television, you just need a good old-fashioned pen.
That's all you need.
And of course, a grand slam makes every sign that much better.
Boy, he's having a great start to his season, Stephen Drew.
Breaking ball misses low. I know when we talked in our production meeting over breakfast this morning,
right,
you were mentioning I'd like to talk about the 2 shortstops. I think it's an interesting study of both. A young man coming of age truly in the major leagues, and one who has exploded onto the scene, who's growing defensively.
I thought you would like that.
There's that shift. Right into it. There you go. Works out nicely.
That's why you do it. That advanced scouting. And they have advanced scouts this year for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
You mean on site?
Yeah. And look what happens. They actually have human beings scouting games. Get the defense in the right position. The advanced scouts do a great job. Missed them here for a couple of years. Good to have them back.
0-1 the count to Marlon Byrd. 281. No long balls for Byrd. And not slugging it like he wants to. Down to 365. A little roller. Good looking breaking ball. Melvin Mora fielding. Firing. Russell Brandon with the stretch as only Russell can do. Hauls it in.
Nice pitch there. First pitch breaking ball. Off the end of the bat. Exactly what you want. Get those quick outs. That's one of those Marlon Byrd wishes he had back. There's those scouts and advanced scouts. Guys spend hours and hours and hours evaluating players.
And of course, Roland Heeman, our resident.
There he is.
Hall of Famer. Going into the Hall of Fame this year. Long-time successful GM in Chicago and in Baltimore.
All right, Darren, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How in the heck is Tyler Colvin hitting 128? This guy is a good baseball player and
hard to
very
figure.
Good hitter.
Hard to figure. But they're running him out there, trying to get him the consistent playing time so that he doesn't hit 128. I would agree with you.
Just way too good a player to be hitting 128.
Diamondbacks have figured him out. He's only 3 of 26 career against Arizona. That's a 115, but we have seen so many good things. Beautiful breaking ball. Stephen Drew, a fine play. Boy, Barry Enright attacking. And this is the kind of night so far that he needed. Question why? Folks taking a walk around Chase tonight. We look forward to seeing you all weekend long. Our APS Green Series, big night tonight. Our APS Energy Assist to the game. Now, you can replace those old incandescent bulbs with CFLs. CFLs, they use 75% less energy, and to use simple speak, like I see CFLs, the curly Q light bulbs. Not the big bulbs, but the ones that curl around. Looks like a curly fry. It's the big name, CFL. Here's Stephen Drew. A grand slam for Drew, first of his career. As we move along to the second inning, bottom half. Facing the right-hander now in Berg as that one sails outside. 1-1 the count. Drew. When the season opened, as we take a look at our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play, a grand slam. One and two the count. A breaking ball that is low to Drew, an extra base hit machine. The position of shortstop. And Castro will experience his ups and downs. Troy Tulowitzki, and then maybe a step behind offensively is Drew, but not that many steps. 3-2 the count.
I was going to say, maybe just in power numbers. Stephen Drew he's a guy that's going to hit around 20 a year. Tulowitzki will hit a few more, but I think at the end of the day, Stephen Drew's going to hit for average, and he's going to hit more doubles than Tulowitzki, more triples than Tulowitzki. I just don't understand why they're booing him.
Oh, no. They're saying Drew.
Oh, okay.
Boy, that had that great crack of the bat sound again.
Yeah, when he's going good, he is a lot of fun to watch. He's a difference maker offensively and defensively, Darren, as is Troy Tulowitzki.
Miguel Montero takes a strike over the outside. Miguel, 2 of his last 23 sees that average down to 284. And that's in his last 8 games now, including tonight. That one is into the dirt. Whether it ties in or not, I'm not sure at all. There's probably no way to scientifically do it, but 2 of his last 23 since being inserted into the 8th slot in the lineup about a week and a half ago. Had a tough night that night and really has not recovered. And also, you talked about an off day as well.
I think the off day probably cooled him off more than hitting 8th. Hey, be happy you're in the lineup.
Breaking ball is low and inside. 2-1 the count. Drives that one into left center field. To the wall. That one goes. High off that wall. Stephen Drew. Matt Williams telling Drew to come on down. The relay. In there, standing up. Eight to nothing. Montero, a lot of his hits this year have been pulled to right field. That is the Miguel that can be so dangerous. And that's how you get out of a slump.
Just a beautiful piece of hitting there by Miguel Montero. That's when you know he's going well, is when he starts driving the ball the other way. He likes the ball down. He likes the ball out over. And he crushes that ball in a short hop off the left center wall. Stephen Drew scores standing. And Diamondbacks continue to pour it on. Melvin Moore a little bit late telling him what to do. And almost got Stephen Drew thrown out at the plate.
Moore puts that one on the ground. He is erased. It is a productive out as Montero moves up. 6-3 on the ground out. And of course, we saw Melvin maybe missing a chance to be a home plate coach, but Matt Williams still coaching, sending him on down at third.
Oh, man, that looks good.
Raise our glass to Manning.
Yeah. I don't blame you, man. Good-looking hot dogs and a frosty cold one. 8-0 lead early. Russell Branyan, a chance to add on.
And we can't wait to see you here this weekend. You can grab a beverage and a dog, pick out whatever you like. Come enjoy some Cubs Diamondbacks baseball. This club can hit at home. Whew. And you hope they can hit everywhere soon. 1-1 the count. Buried that fastball in. One and two the count. Russell walked and scored back in the first inning. Did not have a single at bat against the Phillies.
Enright 3 on the inside corner. Heck of a pitch there to dispose of Russell Branyan. Right to the inside corner it goes, and it just freezes Branyan. That is a great pitch.
Let's see what Gerardo Parra has up his sleeve. He walked and scored in the first inning.
I'd be surprised if he gets to swing it here.
I'm going to put him on. Big numbers in his career against the Cubs. Barry Enright. We really know it's a good night as a pitcher if you hit twice in the first two innings.
Not kidding.
Just joining us, Ryan Dempster faced 10 batters, retired one of them. The shortest outing of his major league career. He didn't look right either, did he?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Arizona, by the way, had the bases loaded a couple of times in that first inning. They cleaned him once. They had a chance to clean him twice with grand slams. And it would have been some kind of special. Just for a little perspective as Enright digs in. And takes a pitch that is low. The last team to hit 2 grand slams in the first inning. And the Diamondbacks had a shot. The Minnesota Twins in 1962. Killebrew and Allison. 62. And even to grab yourself one, and for a guy to hit his first career, that was a big inning. They still scored 7. Two and 0 the count. Pitch is low. 3-0 the count.
That quad just kind of like Kirk Gibson. Probably needs to, feels like climbing Camelback Mountain right now and look for some answers.
Gibby did climb the mountain. The Diamondbacks are trying to climb back up top Mount 500.
They're not quite there yet. They got a couple games to go, don't they?
They certainly do. Gibby was out hiking today. He decided to take a hike. Now I don't mean leave. not that.
You're already wanting to get rid of Gibby?
You think I'm running him out of here by that saying? No, he took a hike up a mountain.
Oh, okay. I got you. Looking for some answers, right?
Yeah, some peace, some answers, clear his head a little bit. said, I think I thought of some things, but in true Gibby style, he's not going to share it with us, which is his right. It takes a while to implement those things. I'm thinking there was one of those, what do they call them, jumping cacti?
Oh, no, not one of those.
I'm thinking one of those cacti came up to him and said, "You will score 8 runs tonight." Something like that.
They're wanting a bunch more here. And all of a sudden, red hot, Chris Young with an opportunity.
A little number to the right side. Vacuuming it up is Baker, and to the bag, Pena. Miguel Montero using the big part of the ballpark. I wonder if when Gibby was up there on Camelback, he saw baseballs flying by. She'll be so disappointed when she sees what's inside of that box as we welcome you back to the ballpark.
Right. That's just not right.
The Racing Gracie bobblehead. Don Robinson, the COO and president of APS, thank you for joining us again. And,
my pleasure.
We appreciate it. And the Green Series, first of all, I'll go simple for all of our viewers, and you can re-educate me. What is the Green Series all about?
The Green Series is about giving our customers and all of the fans of the Diamondbacks a chance to learn a little more about energy efficiency, renewable power. They get to see the new solar pavilion that's outside on the west side of the arena. They have the opportunity to get some free CFL bulbs. Gracie needs those, but here we go.
I've got them. I'm in the midst of changing every single light in my house to those new bulbs.
Now, Mr. Robinson, I know, had some advice for you between innings about those bulbs. What was that advice?
If you go to one of the APS partners in stores, you can get them for about $1 a piece. And they last for at least 2 years.
I didn't get that deal.
Well, you can now, though, next time.
I paid a
next time
more.
around, you can do okay.
Okay.
And we've got other things you can do that'll also save you some money.
Promise?
Promise.
Tell us about them.
Okay, you got a swimming pool, undoubtedly. You probably have a very big swimming pool.
No, I have a rather smaller one.
Okay,
I don't live in that high rent like Darren does.
There's some of the things that are going on in the Green Series. There you can see it.
There you go. Gracie, $200 rebate for pool pumps and timers. Get a more efficient pool pump. There.
That's headed out toward the pool. That is a homer. Coy Hill will hold that thought for 1 sec. Hill, the former Diamondback, that's his first homer of the year. And a scratch for the Cubs. They've got a lot of scratching to do. For Barry Enright, the 6th home run he has allowed this season. As a long ball bites him, but it doesn't feel so bad when you're up 8-0 and you give up a homer, does it, Gracie?
Well, solo homers, they won't beat you when you got an 8-run cushion. But boy, he misses his spot. He tries to come inside, goes right down Broadway, and Coy Hill destroys it.
So now Justin Berg hits. Expound upon the pool pump rebate, please.
Okay, we'll give you a $200 rebate for getting a high-efficiency variable speed pump for your pool. That will save you probably $400 a year.
Awesome.
Because that is your second or third highest use of electricity. We also can take away your old refrigerator that you've got in the garage, which is using probably $100 worth of energy a year, not really accomplishing anything. We'll pay you $30 to let us come and pick it up and get rid of it for you.
Awesome.
That's a good thing.
And it's not doing you any good in the garage or out on the back patio anyway, other than using a lot of energy. You can also get a $99 home energy checkup where we'll come in and check the ductwork. We won't, but an authorized contractor will. They'll come in, they'll check your ductwork, they'll check all the various components of your house, and you could get potentially up to $1,000 worth of rebates out of it.
That's fabulous.
Don Robinson joining us, the president and COO of APS. As that one is swung right through. That is strike 3. Tell us what a proud moment it was today when the APS Solar Pavilion dedication was front and center. This had to mean a lot to everyone involved, the Diamondbacks, to APS, and to the community.
It did, and it's the new shade structure that we've put in on the west side of the stadium. As anybody who's lived here knows, it's much needed. It's very hot, standing out in line, waiting to get in. Well, the Diamondbacks and APS got together, and we have put in a 17,000 square foot covering that has 336 solar panels on it. So you are now our largest and newest generating plant in our system.
So it's not only keeping us cool, it's actually generating energy as well.
It's generating 75 kilowatts of energy, which is enough to keep all the lights on in this park for 11 games.
Really?
Really.
1-0
How come
the
you
count.
didn't know that, Darren?
I didn't know all these things.
You're
That's why I
supposed to
had
tell me
you
these
do the
things.
interview, because you're the one who is in the know on the this sort of stuff. I have had, by the way, Grace, a couple of years back, the home performance when they evaluate your home. I learned a lot. I'll be the first to say that my home's about 30 years old, so I learned a lot. There's a lot of little things you can do, and even if your home, as that one is rolled into center field off the bat of Fukudome, I think the misconception, I knew I needed to do it, but even a lot of these homes that are less than 10 years old deserve a good checkup, don't they?
Absolutely. And homes like yours, which is 30 years old, or mine, which is 50 years old, they really need it because the ductwork gets bad, lots of openings, very little insulation. There's a lot of things you can do to save some money on those.
Folks enjoying a beverage at the ballpark, enjoying their trip out here. We enjoy Mr. Robinson representing APS. Arizona Diamondbacks very proud of their partnership.
And let's go with Don. Mr. Robinson's so formal. I mean,
I can do that.
3 years, this is,
You are a veteran of many Diamondback shows.
Well, I have had the pleasure of being with you in the past.
Well, Don, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Great stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We
appreciate you coming up here.
My pleasure.
$1, Gracie, for those bulbs. $1. partnership with APS. Also, they're proud again of what Barry Enright has done to this point. Enright doing a great job in that double play, cleaning things up off the bat of the very aggressive Starlin Castro. 6-4-3 double play. Kelly Johnson to lead it off. As that one sails outside, 1-0 the count. Johnson walked, scored, and grounded out. That's a line drive on a hop. Castro sets, fires. Wow, that play has made not only the range, but what an arm. Even with that ball and glove, I still didn't think he could throw him out.
Kelly Johnson with some tough luck up the middle. He already hit Berg with a line drive and made an out. Now he lines one back up the box at Castro. Snares. And from shallow center field throws him out. Terrific play by the young shortstop.
You worked with a shortstop in a Cubs uniform who had quite an arm.
This kid's got a great arm. He doesn't have a Sean Dunston arm. I don't think an arm like that has ever been created since. Troy Tulowitzki has a very good arm.
That's why I took you down that road. I knew you'd say that.
But not Dunston-esque yet.
Justin Upton.
The only problem with Sean was he didn't really know where that great arm was going to throw it. You know, there was the great double play combination of Tinker to Evers to Chance. Well, it was Sandberg to Dunston to Addison Street.
Oh, really?
A lot of times, yeah.
No, so all the way out of the stadium.
Exactly.
I like that. 0-1 the count.
Oh, again. That's twice now that Justin's got popped.
He was hit with a pitch back in the first inning and ended the first inning.
Now just take your base and do your best to score a run. I mean, this one's just all over him. Nowhere to go here. Right in the middle of his, like that area for me is like kind of the lower fat. You know, there's not as much fat on Justin to absorb that blow. Eric Young with a little wry smile over there, like probably saying, well, better you than me.
Here's Stephen Drew. And Stephen Drew with the grand slam and a single, certainly saying better you than me. Back in the old days, this is the guy who got it. The guy who is owning you and hitting grand slams and singling, that's the guy who got it. Not the guy who's already been hit and then retired on a pop-up to second. Drew on the ground. Upton's got a chance to slide. Safe. He slid hard. He slid clean. Castro wisely, even at 21, got out of the way pretty quickly.
Now, you can tell Justin wanted him. And that's how you get revenge. Go in hard somewhere. He wasn't able to get Starlin Castro, but that's all part of the game.
Oh, Mr. Quaddy, it's been one of those nights. A large exhale for the veteran manager, veteran baseball man. Arizona scored 7 runs in the first inning. 7. If you're just joining us briefly, Young doubled, Johnson walked, Upton drilled, Drew's grand slam, Morrow walked, Branyan walked, Parra walked. Enright singled in a run, Young singled in a pair, then a couple of outs. Huge swing, and he fouls that one off up into the seats it goes. 2-1 the count. Enright seated high up on that bench.
Did a nice job of getting out of that last inning with only one run. Getting Starling Castro to ground into a double play.
Miguel Montero drives it to right field, and Miguel can race around the bases with a homer. A score. With that homer, Fulton Holmes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association, and that is a good thing.
Well, he just lined that way. Matt Williams continued to piling it on. Oh, he's a heck of a third base coach, isn't he? Just a bolt. Out of here on a line.
Yeah, you know what they like to say with regard to the likes of Matt Williams being out there. Coincidence? Oh, I think so.
Not.
I think so.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
You
Clearly
think
a coincidence.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just don't tell him I said that.
I was going to say, I'm going to tell him right after the game. You just watch.
10-1 is the score. That man has all sorts of support. He can go about his business. Rolled out to third. Boy, fortunately, that bat didn't come anywhere near a defender. Miguel Montero with a bomb. Stay tuned, by the way. Does Barry Enright take up for Justin Upton? We'll see. Get some cheese with their pretzel. Our AT&T trivia question. Ron Santo will join three others with statues at Wrigley Field. Please name the other three.
Good question.
Gracie knows about that, certainly. Former Cub and Diamondback, obviously. Longtime Cub. 0-1 the count on Jeff Baker, the home run maker.
He's already made one this year. Well, I know. I still need to guess, don't you think? How about Tuffy Rhodes?
Boy, that's.
Boy, he had a good run.
Not a real good guess, though. The 0-2. Boy, good pitch. 1-2 the count.
Wow, rat-a-tat-tat.
Bouncing ball. Continuing to command his breaking ball for a strike. He does so. Jeff Baker is erased. Stephen Drew turns that one into an out. Here's a Aramis Ramirez. We're just kind of scratching our heads, you and I, trying to figure out, because I'm going to say that we're not going out on a limb when we say that Justin Upton wearing one a half inning ago, there was some intent behind it. You and I were
possibly, yes,
scratching our heads about as to why. I mean, Upton had already been hit once unintentionally. That was clear. Dempster struggled. And he made the final out of an inning as well.
Well, he made the final out of a 7-run inning in his second at-bat of the inning, and he was very upset with himself and slammed his bat, slammed his helmet, and was very upset. And sometimes that can get under the skin of an opposing bench. And maybe, just maybe, Mr. Berg let him know. I'm not saying it's for sure, but I'm saying it's a possibility.
0-2 the count. Which to me is interesting, because you and I have talked about this a lot. And I've been around this game my whole life, but I never was educated to the fact that that might even bother your own team.
Oh, yeah.
But I had never thought that it would bother another team. And again, this is not to pile on Justin. He's having a fine year, and he is doing a lot of great things out there. It's just baseball. You know, we're talking baseball here. It could be any player. But I never stopped to realize that that would bother an opposing team, but I get, you know, it makes a lot of sense.
Maybe right in front of their dugout like that. Yeah, quite possibly.
1-2 the count. In on the hands. Aramis Ramirez pops that one up.
Really good pitch there by Enright.
Put away before Ramirez reaches first base. A little bit more on that. Let's get it on down to Mark McClune. Meaning being hit by pitches. Big Mac, where you at?
Just down by the Diamondbacks dugout, and just want to pass along a quick conversation I saw between Justin Upton and hitting coach Don Baylor in between innings. Baylor looked like he was showing Upton how to kind of cover up or close up when a ball comes up and in. Baylor would know he was hit by 267 pitches in his career.
Golly. Ow.
And the older Upton gets and the more successful he becomes in this game, he's going to be hit more. He's going to be pitched in more.
Probably.
Nobody's going to be doing him any favors.
And hopefully one of his teammates, whoever it may be, whoever takes the mound will take care of him.
The 1-0. Rolled out. Barry Enright. He's taking care of his entire team right now on a night in which, simply put, he had to do this. At some point, maybe at Donnybrook. Who knows? 10-1 is the score.
We can only hope so.
Glad to have you back with us. Let's answer our AT&T trivia question. Ron Santo, we miss him every day. He'll join 3 others: Ernie Banks, Billy Williams, and Harry Carey.
The great Harry Carey. Oh, the great all 3. The iconic Harry Carey.
Russell into right field. That's a base hit. So Branyan drops it in there. Came in slugging .441 as Walton scored. Struck out looking. And now a single.
Fastball, middle in. Once again, Fukudome playing back on the warning track. And the ball falls in front of him. Diamondbacks just hammering the baseball. That's already 8 hits along with a boatload of walks as well.
Berg is now working at 2 2/3 innings, and he is moving into his career high and just trying to take one for the team. And we need to remind all of our viewers, too, that Berg came on in the first batter he faced. Kelly Johnson hit a shot right back at him, got him somewhere in the thigh hard, where you could have come and made a move and possibly he could have asked out. As that one is up and in. But he asked in. He said, I want to stay in.
I'm fine. The team needs me.
That's the key.
And that bullpen is going to be used a lot. So Berg, heck, I got to take care of my starting pitcher. I had a rough night. And I just got called up from AAA, so I'd like to earn my keep a little bit up here.
There are little things, like we were talking about little things with regard to maybe hitting a batter for a certain reason. There are little things about this game that go unnoticed. As that one sails high, that's ball 4. The casual fan sees it 10-1, 12-1, 14-1. Who knows what the final score will be? And they might not notice a pitcher going 3, 4, 5 innings out of the bullpen to save his mates.
That's exactly right. Trust me. Managers, pitching coaches, all the above, they really appreciate what Berg is doing right now.
Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. You see the velocity for both pitchers. A slash for Enright. He puts it on the ground. Could get 2 out of it. And they do. That is a double play. So a couple of quick outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Here is Chris Young. I think I know, by the way.
What's that?
Why all the offense tonight?
Why? Matt Williams coaching third base?
I think that's a coincidence.
Okay.
I think it's your bobblehead night tonight.
Well, I think we should have more. Every night be Gracie bobblehead night. That would be big league. Ah, man. What a handsome devil he is.
Just awful, isn't it?
He's a terrible racer. I mean, he's the worst.
0-67.
He stinks. But what a handsome bobblehead.
In on the knuckles. I mean, Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah, you two can be a loser, folks.
Matt Williams, Randy Johnson. They've all been winners and big winners.
See, that's just wrong.
I mean, can you imagine?
That's about as fast as he goes in real life, too.
The 0-2. 1-2 the count. CY, a double to open up the ball game. Singled, drove in a pair in the same inning. Grounded out to second. Breaking ball, it's a ground ball. Ramirez to his left. Throw somehow stayed either on the bag or tagged him. Not quite sure how that was an out, but it was. Maybe it's an out because it's 10-1. 11 Major League Baseball All-Star game here at Chase Field. 10-1 is the score. Barry Enright goes back to work. First pitch swinging, ground ball. How about Stephen Drew?
What a great play. A very difficult play. One pitch, one out. He had no choice because Marlon Byrd runs so well. You've got to come get this baseball. You can't wait back. So Stephen Drew knows he has to charge it. Ends up making a really nice short hop play and throwing a strike over to Russell Brandon for a one pitch, one out.
Enright has the Cubs engaged as well in the batter's box. They're swinging. They're down 10-1. He's throwing pitches around the strike zone. He is commanding his breaking ball. And this is a fly ball pitcher doing that. And that's great news for Barry.
That's great news. For the Diamondbacks to make any noise in the West, they're going to need Barry Enright. They're going to need Barry Enright to be the very good Barry Enright. Not what we've seen so far. And we've seen him be very good, Darren. We know it's there.
No, he started his career very good. He started his career as a winner. He started his career with a low ERA, keeping the ball in the ballpark. And then after September the 1st, he was unable to do what he wanted to do as that one misses outside. 3-1 the count. He had a few bright moments in spring and pitched well enough to earn that opportunity, understanding that Zach Duke was injured as well. And that's one of the reasons is he was able to jump in the pool and take that rotation spot. But in the end, his spring ERA was in the 6s as well. As that one is outside, it's ball 4. What do you have for us, Gracie?
Well, wow. Tyler Colvin's on his way to first base. I'll tell you what I got for you. The next time you're at Chase Field, use your smartphone's Wi-Fi to connect to Digital D-Backs, our new free portal that's available only inside Chase Field. Get free access to video replays, find a full menu of ballpark concessions, and purchase tickets directly from your phone. That's cool.
Well, that's a great thing. I like that. That pitch runs inside to Coy Hill. Enright's got to find that zone, and he'll do it right now. Video replays, food listings, up-to-the-moment game information, all Wi-Fi enabled. Smartphones, tablet devices like the iPad. That's right now. That's a live shot.
It's happening.
Not staged video like we showed you a moment ago.
All of a sudden, Barry Enright having trouble finding the strike zone. He's 2-0 on Coy Hill.
Two 2-0 the count. Hill homered back in the 3rd inning.
3-0.
This is a 4-game series. This goes through the weekend with these Chicago Cubs. And then the off day Monday, and then the Colorado Rockies come to town. I don't know if you folks have seen, but
they're good.
The Colorado Rockies are having an incredible start to the season. We always mention the Diamondbacks left Colorado 1-1 with the snow out. Not quite sure who the Rockies were at that point. They know who they are now. Cuddling with his Racing Gracie bobblehead. That's ball 4. Kids, that'll keep you up nights.
Yeah,
that'll create nightmares. I want to put that bobblehead in a back of a closet somewhere. Is that too negative?
Well, of course, I expect that from you. So you're saying that that's worse than any boogeyman, huh?
Kind of like the boogeyman.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Blake DeWitt pinch hits. It is now that we send out our respects and our props to the good work that was done, not by the man who started the game. He scuffled, had a tough one, Ryan Dempster. But Justin Berg, a career-high 3 2/3 innings.
And much needed.
Hit by a line drive to start his outing out of the bullpen.
Yeah, it was his first batter he faced. Bang. He pieced it together.
Look at that.
Getting some love from his teammates over there. And it's well deserved. Alfonso Soriano on the far side, not in the lineup tonight.
Yesterday there was a starting lineup that the Cubs put together. As that one, boy, good pitch there, good life on it. That lineup had Alfonso Soriano with a day off. Manager saying, I think he's ready for a day off. Well, they got a rain out, and his manager said, I'm not changing it. I'm going to give these guys that had a day off like Soriano another day off. And, of course, you still come to the ballpark. You do all those things. You just don't play in the game. You prepare for the game. So here's his day off. Breaking ball, ground ball. Russell Brandy gets one. Enright covers. And they just get the runner at second base. I know you folks have been asking, and we've been listening. The requests are to be honored because a lot of you really want to know what Gila River Casino's Kachinko is. Well, what you can do is head out to the ballpark. You head out to Section 111 and you find out. It's an interactive kiosk. Chance to win big prizes. I mean, all kinds of great prizes. Prizes from Fry's, from one of the casinos, the Diamondbacks, first pitch opportunities.
That's a lot of fun.
I tell you what, it is a lot of fun as Kosuke Fukudome digs in. That alone worth coming to the ballpark. We loved it all winter long. Had it at home. We actually were able to keep the kiosk at home.
Kept in the garage, did you?
Kids loved it. Had some school parties and such. And right in the heartbeat of it all was the Kachinko machine. So at some point, and maybe even during the All-Star game, we'll be doing some television from out there. 1-0 the count to Fukudome.
Good pitch there, right at the kneecaps.
Take a look at this beautiful ballpark. Breaking ball called high. That's a great shot.
Over in the other corner.
2-1 the count. There's Holly way up there.
Well, Holly's way up there tonight. Beautiful breaking ball there. Holly probably got a good shot of that one as well from out there in deep right field.
Those new party suites are great up there.
There she is.
It's a great spot up there, Gracie. They've really redone those. They look sharp. There's party suites up there.
A beautiful evening for baseball. Goodness.
2-2. Beat him with a fastball. It's going to take a long run and still may not get there as it's into the seats. Yeah, there's some of the folks enjoying a meal, enjoying a good time. That's out at the Arizona Baseball Club. That's just down below those party suites. Great spot. We'll see you there over the weekend. Or down in some seats or in the upper deck, in the bleachers, wherever you want to sit. Three and two. You know what else this is, too? This is a great walking ballpark where you can grab yourself a snack. You have good seats, but this is a fabulous walking park. You can see all the way around. See people so active as that one is slapped and foul. And then the more you walk, the more you find some great food choices, great shopping opportunities. Might run into some friends, meet up with some friends. But it's always fun to go to the different venues. I know one of the others around baseball, Coors Field. I've gone there a couple times as a fan. We've had an off. They end up walking around the entire venue, and that's a great, great part of here at Chase Field. We don't mention that enough. Pitch is low. That's ball four. Now, that's not the kind of walking we're talking about, not this kind of walking.
Yeah, because unfortunately for Barry Enright, he's walked them loaded. But if you get to the game early tomorrow and enjoy happy hour in the Miller Lite Diamond Club from 4:30 to 6:30. Happy hour is open to all fans in the ballpark, so be sure to join us for Miller Lite drink specials, music, and more. Visit dbacks.com/happy hour or call 602-462-4796. Kirk Gibson out talking to his young right-hander.
That wasn't I'm sending my pitching coach on a visit.
Yeah, probably just, sometimes it's just better to go on out there yourself. I don't know if it was a fanny chewing per se, but I'm sure it was more encouragement. Like, come on, let's go.
Starlin Castro singled, rolled into a double play, digs in, hitting .352.
Dangerous, dangerous time right now. Barry Enright needs to make a pitch and make it right now. He'll be swinging. Well, he made a good pitch, a slider right on the money.
And the reason Gracie says he'll be swinging is because Castro this year, timely hits have been there as well. He's walked 4 times, he's struck out 5 times. That's it.
The ball's going to be put in play, in other words. So be ready and make your pitches.
Big swing, rolls it foul.
Put some good sink on that one.
Well, both outfielders have really closed the gaps, too. There is a ton of space down both lines. 0-2 the count. I mean, they have really closed that space up. Oh, and 2 the count.
Did he go? No, he did not. That's Brian Gorman over there at first base saying no, he did not. And he got that call right. He held it up.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 21 years old, Starlin Castro. Rolls that one off the facing of the Diamondbacks dugout. Look out over there, gentlemen. Well, we know that we're getting older, and this game continues to live on when a young man starts at shortstop who was born in March of 1990.
That's just not right.
1990. Signed as a pro in 2006 out of Monte Cristi in the Dominican Republic. Hanging breaking ball popped up. Long run, Justin Upton. He's coming. He's diving. He's got it!
Huge play by Justin Upton to save probably 3 runs. You're going to hit me? Well, you ain't getting any hits. Is all Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the fifth, and this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Albert Pujols leads the Cardinals into Atlanta to take on Jason Hayward and the Braves. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week at a special time of 9:30 a.m. out here, beginning this week in baseball.
The analyst on that game, one Mr. Mark Grace. So you will know the insights you receive will be big league. On Racing Gracie bobblehead night, former Notre Dame wide receiver Jeff Samardzija takes the baseball and goes to work out of the pen, fires a strike to Kelly Johnson. 0-1 the count, Kelly. Samardzija has worked 14 1/3 innings this year, 3.14 ERA. As that one misses high, 1-1 the count. Verizon call to the bullpen. What do we know about Mr. Samardzija as a pitcher, Mr. Grace?
Well, for my money, he just walks too many people. He's got good stuff. He's got a good fastball, a split finger as well as a slider. But he's just a little bit untrustworthy, if you will, because he just walks too many people.
Valparaiso, Indiana is where he makes his home. Not that far from Chicago. 1-2 the count. Well, Kelly's first 22 games last year, .313 his batting average, hitting just .183 to start things this year. It's just been a different sort of April, a frustrating sort of April for Kelly. That one sails high, 2-2 the count. You remember Johnson last April. I know folks at home at Gracie, we enjoyed the ride. He had 9 homers last April.
Oh, boy, he was fabulous. Player of the month in April last year.
Got to ask you about that. 2-2 the count. Pitches low. It kind of just crawled into my noggin, which is a scary thing, but I mean, that's an award.
Oh, heck yeah.
As you inspire a young man down there. Very well done.
Thank you, young man.
I mean, there's only 6 months in a season.
Right.
You're the MVP of that month.
You're the best player, and right on cue, Samardzija walks Kelly Johnson. Yeah, you're the best player in the league for 30 days. And that includes the Albert Pujolses of the world. That includes all of them. None of them were better last year in April than that man, Kelly Johnson.
Justin Upton has been plunked a couple of times in this ball game. In the first inning without intention, because it was just a tough kind of game for Dempster. We're not so sure, though, about the next time. That's in the third inning. Upton, a big swing on a breaking ball, fouls it off. That's the man who got him the second time. That's Justin Berg, who did walk 3, but I think that time hit his spot. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count, and there are theories abounding, and you were saying sometimes when a hitter is frustrated after a huge inning for his team, and Justin was, that the opposing team could take offense.
Possibly, yes.
Pops that one up to the right side. Behind home plate, Hill runs out of room. So that's a souvenir down there. Says hello to a fan and then goes back to work. They say he did not go around. That's Brian Gorman. He's got a nice breaking ball too, Samardzija.
He's got good stuff. He's got all 3. Fastball, breaking ball, split finger. Just walks get him in trouble.
There was that split into the dirt. Cubs 5th round pick in 06 out of Notre Dame. First 2 seasons he was a backup on the football team. Caught a total of 24 passes.
Then he became awesome on the football field.
In the 05 season, 77 catches, 15 touchdowns. Well, that's a silly amount of touchdowns in the college game.
That's awesome. He's got a heck of a mullet going, too, doesn't he?
He does.
One of the better ones. Oh, no. Oh, Ryan. Ball 4. 0-2 to 4-2. Okay.
Drew already in this ball game has reached on a fielder's choice. Scored a run. Singled, scored a run. And scored a run when he hit a grand slam in the first. The first of its kind. Four-bagger with 4 RBIs in his career. That one is lifted up and into the seats. By the way, I took a brief straw poll. We saw a moment ago the new coif, if you will, being sported by Ryan Roberts. I took a brief straw poll down there in the dugout, and I spoke with about 15 people, players and coaches. And the affirmative outweighed the negative.
As far as the haircut?
As far as the haircut. But
okay.
There were some not a fans down there. There were some guys that voted, I'm not a fan of the haircut at all. They wanted to remain anonymous, so I won't tell you that Stephen Drew didn't like it at all.
Okay. That's you got to keep that anonymous. Well, how do you feel?
1-1 the count.
I think I agree with you.
Out front. One and two the count. I don't want to say it, he didn't like it either, but I won't tell anyone that Matt Williams wasn't a fan.
Matt Williams would look good with that hair, don't you think? Matt can't grow it.
I was going to say.
But I think it would look really good on him. It's good to have Matty back.
1-2 the count. Well, we'll let you know on that because he had his first 0 RCI.
Well, that's true.
Runs
coached in.
Yes, this last half inning. He needs to get back on track here. 2-2 the count. He's out now. Well, he was not out there earlier. We tip our cap to the job Glenn Sherlock did. We're able to put him on full screen on your high definition television. Great job coaching third.
Yes, he did. He was fabulous. Well, he's going back to answering the phone out there. There's a split finger and a swing and a miss.
Well, Samardzija, a fine college football player. And there's a young man out of LSU that hopes to be a fine NFL football player. His name is Patrick Peterson. He was a first-round pick of the Cardinals today. Do you like it? Do you not like it? 87%. Nearly 9 of 10 love the pick.
I guess the 13% must have wanted a quarterback.
Maybe so.
But Patrick Peterson can play.
Runners on first and second for Miguel Montero. Lifts that one a mile high off to the right side. So extra base hits amongst catchers. Montero's got a boatload of them, and this is why. He's got a double as well. He is number 1 in all of big league ball amongst catchers in extra base hits. 11, number 1. Russell Martin, who's having a nice year in New York, is number 2.
He's having a very good year in New York.
And Alex Avila has
He's been fabulous.
9 extra base hits as well. That pitch is low. 2-1 the count. Well, speaking of Detroit,
hello, young man.
How much were they in Detroit, Chicago, Milwaukee? Love to be able to do this.
Haven't been able to do it all.
Oh,
back east as well. It's bad back there, too, as far as chilly.
Big home run cut, but he dropped that back shoulder.
I got it!
Whole bunch of fans calling for it. And the runner moves up to third. And we also, I think, need to send along our thoughts and our prayers, certainly. If you have any relatives, loved ones, or know anyone in the state of Alabama. Just tragic yesterday. and the entire South, just around
awful.
the Tuscaloosa area. I went to college there for 4 years in the Montgomery area, but very scary, very sad. So if you have some friends or family, we're thinking about you. Runners on first and third. Tell you what, it might be time to check that out-of-town scoreboard soon.
Really? This game losing you a little bit?
Oh, no. I just, see what's going on out of town. 1-0 the count.
I'm going to win our Legends race on bobblehead night. I'm
your
excited.
Legends race is coming up.
It's going to be the first win of my career.
Well, I think you're grandly mistaken, my friend.
Well, no, it's my Racing Gracie bobblehead night, so I
3-1.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to win tonight. It would just be unethical not to.
Anyway, we'll give you that Tampa score here in just a minute. That's a strike, 2-1. Our fine statistician Kurt Zacher wants to pass along that the Rays beat the Twins 15-3 in Minnesota.
And then beat them 6-1 in the nightcap of the doubleheader.
And that was the
look at
second game.
There. What a special evening.
3-1 the count.
They've got a podium set up at the wire. Say a few words after the victory.
They don't talk. Are you going down?
Oh, no, I'm going.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I'm headed down.
Well, stay tuned then, folks.
It's a great night.
3-1 the count to Melvin Mora.
Getting a little misty-eyed, as a matter of fact. Oh, dear.
In on his hands, broke his bat. He'll get a new piece of lumber. If you're just joining us, we know folks watch from all around the country. There is a race. It is called the Legends race here at Chase Field. The Legends, of course, with this being a newer franchise. The president and CEO of the Diamondbacks, I don't believe a word he's saying with regard to you right now, though, by the way.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. Thanks.
No.
Thanks, boss. Thanks, boss. I love it. I'm excited. Yep. It's a great night.
But anyway, Matt Williams
this
race.
Is the third out. Stay tuned, folks.
Luis Gonzalez running this race. Randy Johnson runs in this race. And so does my broadcast partner. He's never won, and he will not win. Well, it was to be Mark Grace's night. He was off, he was running. It ended up a big victory because off he goes. Derek Hall cheering. He's excited. And look at Gracie off to victory number. Signing his own bobblehead.
Signing autographs.
Signing his own bobblehead. And Randy Johnson victorious. Now we saw the sign in that replay. You held up a sign. it was pretty stern and strong. You know, your boss, CEO, and president of the Diamondbacks, Derek Hall, had made you promises. Melvin Mora leaves his feet, long throw. Fine play by the veteran Melvin Mora. And I'm trying to read through this. I mean, this is serious stuff. I had assurances I would win tonight. Those involved in the conspiracy can expect a visit from Luca Brasi.
Oh, yeah, you remember him, the Godfather.
Oh, he was not a nice man.
Well, then I wasn't done yet.
Oh,
there he is. There's Luca Brasi.
Wow. Oh, boy. This is serious business here. Wow.
That was terrible, Derek Hall.
Wow. Lifted into left field. Diving play, Gerardo Parra. Took away a base hit from Aramis Ramirez. We raise a glass to you, Parra, for that play.
Gorgeous play. Up 10-1. Leaving his feet and robbing Aramis Ramirez. 2 very quick outs here in the top of the 6th inning. It's good to see Barry Enright getting some play behind him.
Throwing strikes, that's why. Coming out. Oh, and 1 the count. Big shift offensively. Enright up and in.
But he missed.
1-1.
Maybe a little something for Justin Upton, but he missed.
The 1-1. Changeup it has popped up. So 1-2 the count. Let's see if Enright can attack.
Oh,
got him.
Man.
Chases up and in.
Goodness.
I tell you what, a lot of drama at the ballpark, on the diamond and off the diamond. I'm concerned about what the future holds. Boys, stay tuned. First inning for Arizona. Stephen Drew with the grand slam home run, and it was on. 3 walks would follow. Barry Enright with a Texas leaguer and an RBI. And then it was on. Chris Young drove in 2 more. 7 runs crossed the plate in the first inning. The Diamondbacks sent 12 base runners to the batter's box. Miguel Montero, part of the add-on with a home run. Miggy with a home run in the third inning. And then on the flip side, the other part of the story has been Barry Enright. No matter the run support, Enright has answered the challenge.
He has certainly come up aces so far through 6 innings.
Russell Branyan. If the roof were closed, he would have just hit it. The king of the high fly. My goodness, Branyan.
He just missed it.
He did, didn't he? Well, folks, having a good time here tonight. We look forward to seeing all of you over the weekend when the Cubs come to town. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As Gerardo Parra digs in. He has walked, been intentionally walked, and then drew another walk. And it's been a nice roll that he has been on, Mr. Parra. Arizona has scored 10 or more runs 4 times this year. That's number 1 in Big League Baseball. As that one misses outside. The teams that have done it 3 times. As we talk about John Grabo, the veteran left-hander. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. Big swing, and it's fouled off. 2-1. But teams like Texas, Cincinnati, Philly, the Yankees, the Cardinals, they have done it 3 times. Good pitch, lefty on lefty, change of pace. Parra takes outside. To left field. Full count. Turned into an out as it's lifted into left field. Reviving baseball in its inner cities, the RBI program, that is fabulous to see. One of the great initiatives that MLB has pieced together, and some of the local representatives here of RBI. There's an MLB employee in a roundabout way. Tip my cap to the game for doing it, and then say, there's more to be done.
Very true.
You do it because you should, if you're the game of baseball. These are all the communities that come and support you, watch you on television, listen to you on the radio, and buy your tickets. Enright with a fly ball to right center field. That one is hauled in by Marlon Bud. Good to have all of those folks here, and glad to have you with us tonight. This has been fun. Enright. Fabulous, our APS Energy All-Star. What a job he has done this evening. His breaking ball, his fastball, the ground balls, 6 quality innings, 3 strikeouts, and it has been great work for Enright. Now, the other part we need to point out is something we showed you earlier in the game. You see the work he has done tonight. Coming into tonight, in his last 9 starts, he was winless with an ERA over 7, allowing 17 home runs. Pitching for his own confidence, pitching for his boss's confidence. Now, there are other pitchers in the system. And for Enright, the simple thing that comes into play when you discuss it is he does have options left. And so this is one of those where Kirk Gibson was very supportive of Enright when he met with the media today.
Well, and also, one thing you know about Barry Enright, he has taken nothing for granted. You know that about him.
No, absolutely not.
He's not in there. Oh, I got this all wrapped up. I'll be in the rotation for years to come. No, he's not that kind of kid. He's a guy that's had to work for everything he's ever gotten, and he continues to do the same. Just hadn't had the results in April.
0-2 the count. (10-1) the score. Breaking ball, lined base hit into left field. And so now with the runner on, here's Tyler Colvin. That pitch dives out of the zone. Let it be known, by the way, that this game being played between these 2 fine markets, Chicago and Phoenix, this is the only baseball game left in the world.
Anywhere.
Everything else is final. There's nothing out on the West Coast. It's all over. So we want to thank all of our viewers who are watching all over the country and all over the world. All of our baseball fans that are loyally tuned in.
Cub fans and Diamondback fans alike.
And baseball fans.
Yeah, because you can't watch anything else. You might as well just stay with us.
Back to the screen it goes.
We love having you.
They're all done. You can look around on the internet. You can grab your remote. I'm sure a lot of you have the extra innings package. Yeah, you can drop us a note where you're watching if you'd like.
Please do. We'd love to hear where you are, and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
3-1 is the count. Stephen Drew with the grand slam. These Diamondbacks have enjoyed the offense. As the 3-1 is hit on a line into right center field. Runners on first and third. I'd like to go back to the reaction you spoke of, Gracie. Speaking of Barry Enright, not taking anything for granted. 5 2/3 innings, 5 runs allowed on 12 hits. Here's what he said as Nagy visits after that last ball game at Citi Field.
Didn't really have anything. You know, it's frustrating. Good word for it. Kind of embarrassing, honestly. Go out there and just flip crap out there. You know, just never really got into rhythm. You know, obviously, getting that every single run's 2 outs. You know, kind of done that a lot this year, and you know, it's a frustrating thing. Like I said, you know, it's embarrassing, making Miggy look bad, making his team look bad, and you know, I'm just kind of sick of it.
I like it. Forthright kid. No excuses. No, well, I felt like I threw the ball well. And at the end of the day, you got your lunch handed to you. No, it's not like that. And good for him. Good for being a stand-up guy, as Josh Colemeter gets loose.
That pitch is low, 1-0 the count.
That was pitch number 100 on the evening for Barry Enright.
Well, he would love to get maybe one more on the ground, get a couple of outs. You'd even give up a run to do that. To complete 7 innings with what he has gone through. Changeup. 1-1. Now, there have been others throughout this game, as long as the media that has covered baseball, that have talked about making quality pitches or having tough breaks, and I don't understand. I'm doing all the things properly. That's not at all how he approached it. It's a refreshing, it's an honest approach, and he has always been a guy who has been easy to pull for.
Charles Nagy gets on the phone to find out if Josh Coleman is ready yet. Just a sinking fastball there, and Coy Hill full rip at it and a miss.
2-2 the count.
See if he can put some more sink on another one and get a big out.
Runners on first and third. Curveball, got him.
Well, that was a dandy. Came at a pretty big time.
I'll say.
After a sinker for strike 2, he throws one of the best curveballs of the evening and gets Coy Hill right over the top. Reed Johnson is going to step in for the Cubs as you watch that strike 3 curveball. What a thing of beauty that was.
That breaking ball bounces in there. Enright, the pride of Stockton, California. Went to St. Mary's High School. Lost his father when he was 13 years old, his dad Frank. Dear family, friends, some of his father's best friends, his wonderful mom, they came down as he began his career. Visited him in Arizona. We have watched Enright already in this brief career enjoy the highest of highs and suffer some of the lowest of lows as a major leaguer. High fly, Johnson. That will send Young back. We'll take that right into the cutoff man. Perfectly done. That's a second out. It is another run, but a huge second out for the right-hander.
That's exactly right. You'll give him a sac fly all day right there, especially on a 2-0 count. You just get a little lazy fly ball. Yeah, it makes it 10-2, but now you can take a bit of a deep breath and you got a lot better chance now of getting through 7.
Here's Kosuke Fukudome. A topper. It's a foul ball. We are 5 years removed from Enright at Pepperdine, pitching as the West Coast Conference Pitcher of the Year. He was the WCC Freshman of the Year. And was Arizona's second pick in 07. Pitch is high. 1-1 the count. And he's moved on. No stolen base there. Well, you find yourself becoming a bit of a fan. We know we're not supposed to, but you just hope that he can get this last out. There's something about those 7 innings.
Looks a lot better than 6 2/3, doesn't it?
It's old school. When the Hall of Famer looks
our old
on,
schooler.
He'll be with me on Saturday night, folks. You'll enjoy it.
You got Gonzo tomorrow and the Hall of Famer Saturday?
That's correct.
You're in good shape this weekend, my friend.
Lifted down the line. I think it's heading into the seats, though, and it is. Enright has thrown 106 pitches 3 times in a game. At 111 now, he is at his career high. And here up in this broadcast booth, anyway, we call 7 innings and 3 or fewer runs a quality start.
That's exactly right. And we'd like to see this young man do it. He needs it for himself and his ball club. He's been terrific thus far.
Inside, 3-2 the count. We'll do it again. Full count, 2 outs. Lost him.
That'll probably be it for Barry Enright, unfortunately. Gibby's on his way out, but a job well done by his right-hander.
Boy, tip of the cap, though, to the big redhead, the right-hander, the man who's the pride of Stockton, California. Look at Melvin Moore. That's a veteran knowing that he's got a younger player that needed this tonight. Crowd starts to come out of their seats, and deservedly so for Barry Enright. 6 2/3, 1 earned run. And good for him. With his back against the wall, he has not won a game since September 1st of last season, and he acknowledges the home crowd.
I like that.
Ballpark with us, Mark Grace, Darren Sutton, and you have enjoyed Barry Enright tonight. Home Depot doing more on defense. It's the defense behind him. When you throw strikes, your defenders are on their toes. When they're on their toes, they do things like that. The play by Upton, it needs to be pointed out, would have been a Texas leaguer, but there were 2 outs. It would have played it 3.
Without a doubt. So you got rock solid defense behind him. More than enough offense thus far as Cole Minter comes in and misses up high. Ball 1.
Cole Minter, so far so good. Touched up for a long ball at Citi Field. The right-hander, 25 years old, out of Homer, Michigan. Fastball way over the top, pretty straight, and a great changeup as that one sails high. 2-0 the count. Middle round pick, 15th round pick of the Diamondbacks in 2007. An unlikely journey to the major leagues as he fires a fastball, 88. That's about topside there.
That's about where he goes with it.
And in that 15th round in 2007, why is it unlikely? Well, he's the first player to make it to the major leagues out of that round. As he was taken 463rd overall. Out of Central Michigan, 2-2 against Starlin Castro. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball is high. And who else went to Central Michigan? Kevin Tapani.
Kevin Tapani went to Central Michigan as well, huh? Okay. Isn't that where Thunder Dan went? Dan Marley?
Oh, you bet.
Central Michigan. Chippewas.
Three-two, got him to chase a fastball, well commanded.
Don't see that very often, a strikeout of Starlin Castro, but you don't see many arm angles like Josh Coleman either. Nicely done, young man.
As he picks up his mate.
Stanky Joe Borowski, the D-backs offense got going early. 7 runs in that first inning. It really put Barry Enright in a nice little comfort zone.
Barry Enright got the job done tonight by doing something he's not known for. I'll tell you what that was, how he did it, and how it can help him stay grounded.
We'll have that, plus we'll discuss the Racing Gracies, another loss. Guys, back to you.
Boy, Jobo, nice play on words there. We'll let the viewers at home figure out what he is talking about.
He's becoming a bit of a wordsmith, isn't he?
That's kind of the highlight of the night, the look ahead. The tease, if you will. We will see if Barry can stay grounded. And I think he means multiple things there. Good stuff. Mr. Mateo takes the baseball and goes to work for the Chicago Cubs. For Marcos, this is his 14th appearance on the year. Struggled getting the first batters out. All around, it's been an enjoyable time for opposing hitters. He's got a big arm, though.
He throws hard. But once again, just a few too many walks.
Neither one of these teams can boast about their pitching as a whole on the season.
No, not at all.
Both of these teams have been woeful in the starting pitching category, and that continued tonight for the Cubs. It changed, fortunately, for the Diamondbacks. You talk about a Diamondbacks starting ERA of 5.5, a Cubs starting ERA of 5.9.
Goodness gracious. And it's going to jump heavily after the start by Ryan Dempster. Only 1/3 of an inning tonight.
Look out, it's coming back.
That went in our Spanish broadcasting booth.
Everyone
Miguel
okay down there?
Quintana's got it.
Oh, good for the guys
Nice
over there.
play, Miguel.
Caught it on the fly, I see.
He did.
Oh, that's
Nicely
great.
done.
That pitch is outside. Oscar Soria, Miguel Quintana.
Yeah, Miguel caught it. And his partner, Oscar Soria, they do a heck of a job.
They're the best. And you can hear them on our SAP channel.
Wildly popular with our Spanish-speaking fans.
Shot, hugging the line, in there. On the move, extra bases again. Young eases into second, but he does so with his second double of the night, his third hit of the night. And Chris Young starting to raise that batting average as well as that slugging percentage.
Just a fastball middle, and he hooks it right down the line. Keeps it fair by a foot or two. Back-to-back really good nights now for Chris Young. Just need to be home, that's all. His game didn't travel.
No, for many of these Diamondbacks, the offense didn't travel. The update on that is, and the good news, there are 6 more games left on this homestand. The reality of it is, though, there are 9 on the road on the next road trip.
That's exactly right. They got to find a way to solve some opposing stadiums.
And to be crystal clear about it, whether you deem pitchers, hitters, ballpark, and I know we've had fun with it, Gracie, all 3 of those ballparks favor pitchers and always have. In San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego.
No question.
So you're going to have to manufacture a little more, hit some doubles. That one is back to the screen.
Yeah, and pitch better too. I mean, it's been a team effort in the poor play, especially the last road trip. Those last 4 games, D-backs just didn't play well at all the way around. Pieced it together nicely against the Phillies, and a good start here against the Cubs.
Kelly's walked a couple of times, grounded out twice. Hot shot, good for Kelly Johnson. A base hit into right field. Matt Williams will stop Chris Young. And a throw on one hop to home plate. So Kelly with this first hit of the ball game.
The Diamondbacks now have 10 hits.
The adventures of Justin tonight have been fun to track. Not always fun for him. Hit by a pitch, scored a run. Popped out to second, frustrated with the at-bat. To end that large first inning, he was the 12th man to hit. He made the 3rd out. Hit by a pitch again, and thinking that might have been with intent. And then he walked. He made a great play in right field. I mean, picture a guy who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. Doesn't sound that much fun, does it? It's been an adventurous night for him.
Adventurous night. He's been right in the middle of everything, offensively and defensively.
Upton last year hit .273 with 17 home runs and drove in 69. To the right side, scalded. And disgusted with his luck there. Has that helmet up high on his head, and he'll head back to the dugout. Your turn, Stephen Drew. A grand slam in the first inning. A single and a run in the second. Fielder's choice, a run in the third, and he is struck out. And if you're just joining us, this was on an 0-2 pitch. It came in the first inning. It was the first of his career. When the Diamondbacks took on the Cubs at Wrigley, first road trip of the year, Stephen Drew was watching.
Didn't play.
Lower abdominal injury. Roll toward the right side. A bounce in the step of Jeff Baker as he makes the play.
Another run will score. That is now Stephen Drew's 20th RBI.
Wow. The 5 RBIs tonight, a career high for Stephen Drew.
And remember, as you just said, he missed the first 6 games of this season. He now leads the team in RBIs with 20. Chris Young right behind him with 19. He's been pretty good.
He's been very good. Montero takes a pitch this low. I was talking with Steven before the game about some wider strike zones, some tougher pitches that he is seeing. Thought popped into my head, so I just said it respectfully. Welcome to being pitched like a cleanup hitter.
Exactly.
Miguel into left center field. Tyler Colvin puts that one to bed. Another run for Arizona. Stephen Drew with 5 RBIs tonight as he leads the team with an even 20. Work tomorrow as he sits next to Henry Blanco. Zach Duke in the middle of that group, but Daniel Hudson and Ian Kennedy in that bunch as well. Boy, Ian was fabulous going the distance. His first ever complete game shutout. 36 hours after his first child, his daughter, was brought into this world, and those are the matchup. Zambrano, Galarraga, Garza against Kennedy, and Coleman against Hudson. Saturday IPK on the bump, as Gracie likes to call him.
I do like to call him that. It's one of the better nicknames, as that one's strike one at the bottom of the kneecaps of Jeff Baker.
Curveball breaking ball. Doesn't throw too many of those. That's a good one.
I haven't seen, that might be the first one I've ever seen him throw.
Those mechanics that take that arm way over the top. Starter in college, starter in the minor leagues. Big fella buries that fastball in. Want to say hello to Firehouse number 9. All the
They're watching
viewers
back in Homer, aren't they?
that get together and watch back in Homer. There's that fabulous changeup that can baffle hitters when it's right. Holmenter's major league debut was in an extra inning ball game against San Francisco. He pitched 2 perfect frames, and then his team won it for him, and they won it as a team. Shot, foul ball. Well, Tony Randazzo right there, and I don't know if we were able to capture it. The third base umpire making that call. The little things that an umpire does right to make a call. He did a spin under that ball.
We had to get out of the way of the ball.
Had it in sight, though, when he turned around. 1-2 the count. And a great job calling that one.
Now get out of the way. Foul.
Well, they do a great job, don't they?
They are so good. Gas. Mercy.
I tell you, you have that changeup in the back of your mind, that fastball you may chase. Great job, by the way, getting that shot of Randazzo by Kevin a moment ago.
I mean, this is, well, it was too high. It was too, that one's too high.
Sound like the fan in the bleachers in the movie Major League.
It's too high.
That changeup is high.
It's too high. It's too high. It's too high. It's a home.
Aramis Ramirez. 1-1 the count. Skitters on in into the dirt and bags up Miguel Montero. Look at the shot of Chicago. That's on St. Patrick's Day. They always dye the river green.
The Chicago River is dyed green. Ramos probably not too happy with that photo.
Is that now? Would that be a personal photo of his from his condo or something?
Quite possibly. I'm sure he wears his uniform when he's lounging around in his condo. Yeah, right out there on the balcony. Oh, what a nice place he's got there in Chicago. Likes to go out at night wearing his uniform. So everybody knows who he is. That's ball 4.
Carlos Pena strides towards home plate. Well, he must be Aramis' neighbor.
Well, I think they
roommates,
share a condo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's neat of them to submit photos to the Diamondbacks, personal photos. Oh, 0-1 the count. A huge first inning if you've just joined us. 7 runs for Arizona. 12 men came to bat. They added a single run in the second, 2 runs in the third, and just a moment ago, a run in the 7th. Barry Enright was great. That's the other part of the story. Change up, 0-2. And Enright.
Beautiful pitch.
Is trying to win his first ball game since September the 1st of last season. One and two the count. Carlos Pena And originally a Rangers first-round pick in '98 out of Northeastern University. Father Felipe moved his family from the Dominican Republic to the United States. An electrical engineer, his dad. Back to the screen it goes. One and two the count. So Pena will look to get comfortable against Colementor. Branyan back at first with a left-handed hitter up. They won't hold the runner on. Boy, that's an awkward swing. It is to Russell Branyan. He goes to the bag.
And that's a smart play there by Russell Branyan. Just take the out. Don't risk a throw. In an 11-2 ball game. You only need 4 more outs. Go ahead and take that one.
So now Marlon Byrd.
No, that's his condo.
So it's a different
on the
spot.
other, yeah, on the other side of town.
Oh, I got it.
Right over there by the Dearborn Bridge.
Kind of close to the financial district, isn't it?
Yes, much closer. They seem to like to wear their uniforms home.
I just think it's, again, we talk about the cooperation around the game that goes on these days and how this game has evolved, that players are nice enough to share their personal photos.
It is nice of them. Gas.
Boy, from some great seats, we see that.
That's a great shot, isn't it?
You bet. 1-1, 11-2 the score. There are the seats. Well done by our group down there as well, knowing it's a live mic. As that one misses low on a changeup. 2-1 the count to Byrd. Byrd was on his way to what he thought was a strong college football career. He went to Georgia Tech, had a serious calf injury. I mean, real serious. They almost thought the infection was so strong after the injury that one is swung right through.
Yes, again.
He had the illness so strong in his tendons and in the area, they thought he might lose his leg.
Oh, my goodness.
Football was done after that.
That's frightening.
And transferred to a junior college, Georgia Perimeter Junior College, where he
played a little baseball.
And played well. Played well.
He's had a very good career.
Plays a lot of energy. Do it again. 2-2 the count. Two and two the count. The Homer, Michigan-born right-hander. With the 2-2, protecting, out to Branyan again. Boy, nice work, Colementor, coming on, going to work. You know Homer, not too far from Kalamazoo, Battle Creek. Beautiful there. Diamondbacks baseball brought to you by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates. APS, the official power partner of the Diamondbacks, the fast, reliable, secure, and heavy-duty internet from Qwest. Carlos Marmol, the right-hander, Dominican-born and raised, 28 years old this season. And a man coming out to get some work because the last time he worked was 5 days ago. That one is chopped foul. On the season overall, it's been 10 2/3 innings. It's been 15 strikeouts. Verizon Wireless called to the bullpen. A lot of folks have seen him before. Gracie, just remind us of the stuff that he has.
Electric. Some of the best stuff in all of baseball. Mid-90s fastball with one of the best curveballs. It's more like a slurvy breaking ball. It's kind of a small curve or a really big slider, one of the two.
Which means he probably, for our baseball fans at home, throws it with more of a curveball grip just from a lower arm angle. The slider, the fingers, a majority of the time are behind the baseball. On the curveball, they're on the side. Whatever it is,
his strikeout numbers are off the charts.
There's that breaking ball. He jumped, so his arm drug behind. He ended last season. Marmol did 18 2/3 innings, no runs, 15 of 15 in saves, and gave up 4 hits.
Isn't that amazing? He's got that kind of stuff.
Breaking ball, and it's fouled off. We'll do it again. His final 60 at-bats last year against opposing hitters, opponents were 4 for 60 for an 0.67 clip. Nobody got a hit. There's that breaking ball again. Easy chance for Baker.
Take the D-backs wherever you go this season. Take them with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every D-backs game on demand on your computer. Visit dbacks.com for details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Everywhere. But we're the only game going now.
Well, this is the only game left in Major League Baseball in the world. And we're certainly glad to have you with us. Russell Branyan shoots it to the wall. Did he get over it? Right up against it.
You better hurry, Russell.
Hurry on in there, big fella, with the slide. It's a double for Russell DeMuscle. He's got a walk. He's got a single. And now he's got a double.
Branyan doesn't waste any time. First fastball he sees from Marmol, he just rips it with some top spin right off the base of the wall. Now it's time to get on your horse, Russell. And he got in there relatively easily.
35 years old, out of Warner Robins, Georgia. Russell Branyan, as that one sails high.
One of the really good guys, too. Kevin Towers added a lot of class to this organization with some of the pickups he went out and got. That's one of them. Melvin Mora, another one. And I'm forgetting to mention a few guys, but they went out and got not only good baseball players, but good people.
Henry Blanco, one of those
Henry
guys.
Blanco.
We haven't
Jeff
seen
Blum.
Jeff Blum because he's been injured, but he's one of those guys. There are little things that players learn from players like that. Baseball things, certainly.
Exactly.
But little tiny things that sometimes go unnoticed, but go about your business. Preparing for a game. Reminding guys to get your rest on a night where it might be tempting to not. Taking care of visiting clubhouse attendants on the road with a few bucks since they helped you out, made your job easier. Little things that veterans show younger players.
But you're right. That's all part of it.
And Branyan's one of those guys. Branyan had a couple of years back, had a couple of big years in Seattle. I mean, it gets lost the fact that Russell Brandon, the last few years in Seattle, hit 56 homers. Seattle is not a place for hitters. Not a place for power hitters either. Three and two the count. Boy, tough night for the Racing Gracie again. On Racing Gracie bobblehead night.
Well, he just had it. He got distracted by autograph collectors.
I'm stunned that occurred. And as sure as the sun comes up. At 3-2, ground ball. Parra is erased. Baker to Pena on the ground out. Brandon moves on up to third base. Josh is going to go the distance. This is nice.
Why not? Let him finish up the ball game. He's probably thinking, Gibby, that's Carlos Marmol out there. Do I have to face him?
Well, yes, you do.
Well, all the folks back in Homer. It's getting a little late back there, but let's see if he can get that first big league knock.
This is his second professional plate appearance.
Oh, man.
I think we need to take a look, Gracie, at what he did in the minor leagues as a hitter. Don't you think we need to check that out?
Well, I think it'd be the right thing to do.
Let's take a look at Joshua Michael Colementor in the minor leagues here. Well, 6 of 30.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Josh. You just pitched, son.
I don't think he faced Carlos Marmol down there.
Thanks a lot, Gibby.
Off Barry Enright. Back somewhat against the proverbial wall because he had struggled. He has not won a ball game since September the 1st, and the numbers are not in Barry's favor at all in that time. Well, talking about numbers, all kinds of support for Barry to settle in. Grand slam, Stephen Drew. 2-run shot, Miguel Montero. The Diamondbacks unloaded early and often. And don't forget, we will talk about all of it on our post-game show. It's Quest Diamondbacks Live. Kirk Gibson, must-see TV. Gibson, simply put, said before the game today, I don't really want to address any negatives about Barry Enright. He will pitch well. He has to. And so Gibson turned out to be prophetic. We look forward to hearing what he has to say. We'll talk football, a little bit of football, Gracie.
I like it.
Mike Jurecki and Jody Jackson. We'll talk some football. And looking forward to that. I knew you'd like that. Tyler Colvin digs in. Josh Colementor looks to wrap things up.
Cardinals going to add Patrick Peterson to the nest.
Everything worked out, by the way. What's the latest on the whole lockout and the judge and all that? 1-1.
I think, as far as we're concerned, we're just going to hear A lot of lawyer speak, I have a feeling.
Ah.
Just what we all love.
Change up a dandy. 1-2 the count. Just let me know when it's over. Sure, it'll work out just fine.
A lot of litigation.
It's been a prosperous winter in the football world for lawyers.
Yes, it has.
The 1-2. 2-2 the count. Back to the screen it goes. Of course, baseball's CBA is up at the end of this season, collective bargaining agreement. Let us hope that baseball does right by all of its fans and make sure that there are no stoppages of play.
Oh, what a change up.
That one looked like it stopped on its way to the plate.
Now you see it, now you don't. Colvin, doggone it. Watch the reaction to Colvin. That was a heck of a changeup. Goodness.
Good night to be a Diamondback tonight. They took 2 of 3 from Philadelphia. Joe Saunders really got rat-a-tat-tatted yesterday, knocked all over the ballpark, and they just could never recover from that. So they lost the final game. Trying to come home and win 3 of their first 4 on this long homestand. It's a 10-gamer. You've got to get right on a 10-game homestand. I don't care who you're playing.
Took care of a very good Philadelphia team. Just missed the outside corner. And Miguel Montero launched that one into center field.
No official scoring on that, by the way. You know, with regard to the Diamondback schedule, too, I think if we hear one more time how challenging the schedule is in the month of April, that'll be an even 1 million times. All the teams are on the schedule. You have to play them all at some point.
Eventually.
Into left field. Play is made by Gerardo Parra. And the reason you haven't heard it much up here is because there's no sense, good or bad, because you have to play the teams all the time. You don't want it to at all turn into excuse making, because that man doesn't allow it. Colorado is next. Darwin Barney, what a start to the year he is having. He has been the regular second baseman. And Barney takes strike 1.
Strike 2.
How about that? The young man out of Oregon
State. All get on their feet. All those souls that have stayed.
A lot of folks have made it an earlier night, but those of you that have stayed, hop on up.
Cub fans are going to be seated.
Change up ground ball. Stephen Drew fielding, firing. The Diamondbacks beat the Cubs. And for the first time since September 1st of last season, Barry Enright is a winner. He earned it. He needed it. He deserved it tonight. Thanks to support of guys like Stephen Drew, this is the kind of night for Barry Enright and the Diamondbacks you hoped would happen.
That's absolutely true. I think Barry Enright needed to pitch well. He did pitch well. Josh Coleman was fabulous. The only thing that was bad tonight was the racing Gracie. He was terrible. The bobblehead was good, but the guy was terrible again.
Russell Branyan paying us a visit. Good to see you, Russell. Get that racing Gracie out of here. I'm so glad that this night's in our rearview mirror. So tired of talking about that bobblehead. You know what? I'm tired of talking, which is rare for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, you sure?
Let's get it on out to the post-game set. Joe, got to get it going. Go, guys. I'm done. Go.